Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fatties. Fatty McFatties. We all know one. Some of us used to be one. Some of us remained fat. Those chubby little pinchable cheeks as kids grew into chubby little folds that fucking stink. Ladies and gentlemen, I was a fat kid, alright? And it was fucking hard, alright? The words that terrified me more than anything other than when Mum used to say, Isaac, you've eaten enough, was cross country. Oh my God, every single year when the cross country was coming up at primary school, the big race, the race we had to run fucking 4,000 kilometres, it was fucking bullshit. And poor old fatty McFuckface right here, 300 metres into the race, I was already coming last, and thoughts, horrible thoughts were going through my mind. Thoughts about giving up. Thoughts about why am I so fat, blaming myself. But those thoughts quickly changed to, holy shitballs, it's nearly home time, I'm gonna go home and choke down some delicious Tim Tams. School was tough. Not only was I bullied and tormented mercilessly, but I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, on hot days, those plastic chairs, you could have seen those arse sweat marks from fucking space. And I was like that for a long time. And thankfully, as I grew up, I found a diet that really worked for me. I had a keto diet for a long time. I went from 134 kilos to 94 kilos, then went on tour for 2 years, put on a lot of it. But now I'm back to a reasonably healthy weight. I train every single day and I'm very, very conscious of what I put in my body. And through doing that and working on myself, I was able to go out and do things that I'd never done before. I was a more disciplined person, and that led to more self-confidence, meeting girls, going out and having fun, and not feeling like a big sweaty McFuckface. I am healthier because of being bullied at school for being fat. The fat shaming worked. It made me a better person. Unfortunately, in the world right now, there is, along with the growth of body positivity and fat acceptance in the adult world, you know, the idea that every size is beautiful, fat is healthy, you be you, yada yada yada, all that shit, being fucking ginormous is brave. It has now gone from just adults, just fat adults, to infesting the minds of young children. And when I think about that, I think, well, okay, it may lead to a little bit less fat shaming, but it also may lead to these children dying at a younger age. And this whole fat acceptance movement for kids starts really, really young. Have a look at this book. This book is promoted to be for children of the ages between 5 and 8 years old. It's called Abigail the Whale. When kids call you a whale at the pool because of your big body, what should you do? Imagine you are a glorious, wonderful super whale as you dive into the pool with a splash, of course. Now, obviously, some 5-year-old kid who's getting mercilessly bullied at school is not a good thing. But reading a book called Abigail the Whale and just understanding within their own psyche that is just developing at this point in their lives that they have no control of what their body looks like, and this weight that they are at now and probably will be in 10 years time and then 20 years time and then 50 years time is perfectly fine, healthy, and there's nothing they need to do about it. That is fucking dangerous. Maybe they should read a book about healthier food options, or maybe their parents should read a book about healthier food options, and then they should join their local sporting team and get out and about, and for fuck's sake, a 5-year-old shouldn't be fat. I mean, it's nice in theory, okay? Hey, you're a bit bigger, it's okay, it's all good. That's nice, it's very nice, but it's bad in practice, because the chances are they're going to remain fat forever. I may not have liked Abigail the Whale for their message, but I did like the second book in that series, and it was made just for 20-year-old girls with no hope, no future, and no skills. It's called Abigail the Sperm Whale, a guide to OnlyFans and how to live with the fact that your dad hates you.
Hi, I'm Naomi Wadler, and you're watching Now This Kids, presented by Cheerios. There's a lot of different words that we can use to describe our bodies. Different people come in different shades, shapes, and sizes.
This is Now This Kids, which I am absolutely positive will provide us with lots of great videos in the years to come. I look forward to it. But they have a video right here called Learning Self-Love and Body Positivity from a Plus-Size Model, which is a great lesson for all children. Oh, and the fucking sponsor is Cheerios cereal. Yeah, Cheerios have come along and gone, you know who our target market is? Fat kids. Let's advertise to them by telling them that they're perfect the way they are and they should get fatter. Hey, have some more Cheerios, you fat fuck! Anyway, that was a bit harsh, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, next week on this channel there's going to be a video on Monday. It's called How Great is Diabetes? And it's brought to you by Fruit Loops.
What if I told you that you're perfect just the way you are, and that your body is exactly how it's supposed to be? That's called body positivity.
See, once again, in theory, it's a nice idea. It is. But in practice, it is a strategy of every human being that has ever lived to try and find the path of least resistance. It is the weak attitude. It is the attitude of giving up, laying on your back like a fucking turtle and kicking around and waiting for someone to fucking help you. People love finding the easy way out. It is mental toughness that will get you from a giant obese person to someone who is healthy. And this is not what these kids are being taught. They are being brainwashed. They are being brainwashed into being lazy. And that's not fucking good. You get to a point where if you keep putting weight on, you are opening yourself up to so many different diseases that will cut your life short. Your 70-year-old mother will be burying you at 35 years old or 30 years old or a young fucking age. Is that something you want?
We talked to Leah about her journey.
Unfortunately, when I was growing up, there was really not a lot of people to look up to that looked like me at all. I remember wanting, the washboard abs, the long straight hair, the long legs and things of that nature.
Okay, here is where body positivity is welcome and needed, really. So Leah is talking about the fact that she always wanted super straight hair and she wanted to have washboard abs and she wanted to have longer legs. Now those wants or those needs in her life or how she wanted her body to look are all very different. Straight hair, probably not going to happen because of her ethnicity, right? Washboard abs, let's leave that one for a second. Longer legs, not much you can do about that. If you want to get a leg extension, that's fucking weird, alright? But the fact of the matter remains, the washboard abs isn't the same. Because you can have those, Leah, if you really tried. We all could, if we really fucking tried. But you're never going to get your hair straight and stay straight, and you're never going to get your legs longer. That's just not going to happen. There is a difference between things you cannot change and things you can change. The fact that fatness and obesity gets intertwined with all the things that people can't change about themselves, where real body positivity should be, is just silly. It's just really silly. It is not the fucking same thing. That's not body positivity. That's being lazy. And accepting laziness into a child's life is a bad lesson for the future. But you know what? Perhaps it's too late because it's already in the fucking classroom, so it's all over, folks.
Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
This is a YouTube channel called Shaftesbury Kids. They do videos on who cares. Today they're teaching children all about body positivity and fat acceptance. What a marvelous lesson it will be. I'm glad we're here to join in.
We picked the word fat. And there are a lot of people who live in fatter bodies.
Live in fatter bodies. Okay, unless you, at the end of every day, lube up a giant fat man's asshole and climb in and lay up and rest your poor little old head after watching some Netflix on his fatty liver, you do not live in a fat body. You are a fat body.
Does anybody know what fat is? Yes.
Fat is when you don't exercise or you don't eat healthy.
So this little girl of what, 8 years old is spot on. Too many calories in, not enough calories out. Simple. Let's see how the teacher, the adult, the educator, the one who the kids take every word as gospel, responds to this.
So fat is a substance that grows on your body. And sometimes it can grow on your body if you're not exercising or eating healthy, but there are also a lot of people who eat really healthy and who go for walks and exercise and they have more fat on their bodies. Why do we think that's a bad thing?
Well, society thinks it's bad because obesity leads to high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, breast cancer, colon cancer, gallbladder issues, polycystic ovary syndrome, arthritis, back pain, incontinence, sleep apnea, and perhaps worst of all, fucking death. But yeah, I don't know why we think it's bad at all.
Are there right bodies and wrong bodies, do you think?
Actually, like, being fat is probably better because fat is made to keep you not cold or things like that.
Oh, very fair point. Whoever wrote this video is a fucking genius. You may be risking your life over 4 million fucking comorbidities, but at least you won't be cold. Here's another option. Buy a fucking puffer jacket and not die at 30 from a heart attack. We live in a very obese world. At the most recent census here in Australia, almost 70% of adults were overweight. In the world, 1.9 billion adults are overweight. Of those, 650 million were obese. And on top of that, 38 million children under the age of 5 years old were overweight or obese. And then there's 340 million other children above the age of 5 years old and below the age of 19 years old who are overweight or obese. This is not good. It is bad, and it's getting worse. And teaching children that it's okay is just going to exacerbate the problem exponentially. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below. And perhaps if you have a child at school or you are at school yourself, have you heard anything that's just a bit fucking weird when it comes to the whole fat acceptance or body positivity movement? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be a good motherfucker. Come and see me live. Peace in the Middle East. My dick stinks. Keep it moist. That's the other one. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Hit it, boys.
G'day, you good motherfuckers. How are ya?